sport fans watching around the world. This is the moment you've all been waiting for.
Let's get straight into the episode.
Yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stun.
Before we start, I'll say something to you that I say to everyone that comes on, but I would not be saying it if it wasn't true. You're sitting here because I find you interesting. That's because you are an interesting person. I want to learn more about you, how you think, and how you feel. And I love that I have the opportunity to be able to share this experience. So I really appreciate you coming over. Thank you for sitting down. And ladies and gentlemen listening, for those who don't know, this is a woman that you can all look up to for inspiration. She has had constant, consistent dedication and hard work through the gym, which has made an amazing transformation. She bought a house of investment property at a very young age, which was awesome. And she just constantly strives in all of her fields. Not only is she an awesome friend, but I'm very close with her brothers. She's an amazing sister. The third Xiberras I've had, wrapping up my first family of siblings. This is Kayla Xiberras.
Thanks for having me. Now watching your podcast and being on it, it's a different sort of ballgame.
It's different, isn't
I'm not going to lie, I'm very nervous.
Yeah, good. Well, you've already started to help my first question. That's how do you feel right now? That's my first question.
Yeah. Like excited but nervous at the same time.
Yeah.
I've never been on a podcast, but it's
yeah.
good experience.
Good.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you, usually I warn people before we do the pod. I say, you're going to be nervous, but I completely forgot to warn you. So sorry about that. But yeah, I promise you the nerves, they go away really quickly, really quickly.
Awesome.
Yeah. So how do you feel right now? Is it just nerves, excited? Are you tired, hungry, sore? How do you feel?
No, before I saw you, I had lunch with my group of friends, so not hungry anymore.
No,
Pretty all right.
Yeah, nice. Where'd you go? Because you're nice and dressed up. Must have been a nice place.
It was. So I went to Black Elk Espresso, I think it's called, in Carnes Hill, but it's a really nice place, and highly recommend those that are watching go to
Black Elk.
Visit. Yeah.
All right, link in the description. Black Elk. Yeah. Nice. What is it like? Is it like a cafe restaurant?
Yeah, cafe restaurant. Yeah, so they do your regular cafe food, and then they've got, like chicken schnitzels and all that sort of.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what did you get?
I got a smashed avocado. So at the moment I'm cutting. Like 4 weeks I'm just doing straight cut before Christmas.
Yeah. Good choice.
I'm being careful with what I eat. After then Christmas will come.
Oh yeah, that's why, because Christmas is just all in, eh? Yeah. I usually gain a little bit of weight over Christmas.
I know, I'm scared.
Only problem is now I ain't cutting nothing.
Oh God.
Mac is 7 days a week for me.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I know.
Giving me a heart attack, Doxie. Oh my God.
I'm giving myself a heart attack, trust me. I'm prolonging it. It's coming quick. Yeah, nah. Oh, well, we've already started talking about cutting and all this stuff, but I will get to the gym soon enough.
Yeah.
But what day is it today? Sunday. So what did you do yesterday? How was your weekend?
Yeah, I pretty much just did a lot of housework.
Yeah.
I love to help the family, and then I went caught up with an old high school friend actually. So that was interesting. They went off the radar for 8 years, and I finally catch up with them.
Wow.
Yes, that was good. And then I went out with my friends to a place called AC's Cafe where they do nice shisha.
Yeah. Nice. You like the shisha?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't had shisha in ages.
Occasionally, yeah. It's not good for you.
No.
Your lungs.
I shisha every day. I'm not judging. I shisha 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get a shisha soon. That's cool. When you just said high school and you said 8 years, it made me think to myself, like, that's how long it's been since you've seen your friends since high school. But we're the same age. So I actually didn't even realize I've been in high school for like almost 10 years since I've been in school. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know.
10 years. So you finished year 12?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So you'd be 8 years since finished school?
Yeah, 2016. So
yeah. That's crazy. Almost 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like everything's just growing, like, inside of our age group, everything's starting to expand really quickly for me anyway, with the fact that we're all in our mid-20s now. And
oh, don't remind me. I'm turning 25 in a couple of months.
I already turned 25. It ain't good.
So do you feel that it feels different to 24?
I tell you what, I turned 19 and I never felt like I aged since 19. I still feel 19.
Okay,
but then when
good.
I turned 25, I realized like, fuck, I'm 25. Like, this ain't good, bro. This ain't good. Oh no, 30's like around that door. You know what I mean?
my
I'm just
God.
peeking at the door of 30.
I'm trying to hold on to my early 20s as much as possible.
I know.
Yeah.
But when you hit 25, you realize you're in mid 20s. You can't
Yeah.
even hide it. You can't even hide it anymore. But I tell you what, it's actually been pretty amazing entering my mid 20s for me anyway. Like I'm watching my friends get married and people getting engaged and people having
Yeah.
babies, and it's actually
true.
pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. We're at that age, like weddings galore at the moment, engagements. Like I just had a wedding 2 weekends ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was that John?
Yeah, John.
Yeah, I haven't seen John in
Beautiful
a
Greek
long time.
wedding. Nice.
Greek wedding. Yeah.
it was
All out?
Yeah, they had a lot of Greek music and entertainment. So it was awesome.
Yeah.
It made me, like a very emotional, especially growing up with him and, his sister's my best friend.
Oh,
to
really?
see. Yeah, Athena.
Yeah, nice. Oh, is that Athena? Is that his sister?
Athena and John are brother and sister.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, wow.
So just seeing them all grow up, having their partners, getting married, engagements, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
like
crazy.
coming to reality that we're all just getting older.
I know. I know. But you know what? And I'll come back to this because I'm going to tell you something off camera. It's about don't worry. I won't tell anyone. All right. But I just came back from today.
Yeah.
And yeah, he announced today that his missus is pregnant. So him and his are expecting to have a baby in July.
Oh,
But yeah, crazy news. He told me today and I thought, man, I'm jealous a little bit, you know? Like that's exciting news. Yeah.
it is.
But yeah, I'll come back to what I was saying before. I remember being a teenager and then even early 20s, like 21 and stuff like that. I remember thinking like life's pretty fun. Like I was having a lot of fun. But I think my life will become way more fun once I hit 25. I think 25, 26 and even 27, they're going to be my best years. But like it's weird because you let go of everything that you used to find fun, like drinking and partying and staying up all night and all these things. And all of a sudden you're in bed by 10, you're tired by 9.
Yeah, that's
like,
my life.
you wake up early for work.
Yeah.
But it's actually weirdly becoming so much more enjoyable than actually going out and what I thought was fun turns out isn't actually that fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know.
It's crazy.
We're getting old, Jake.
I know. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, what do you do for work? I know what you do for work, but let's just let everyone who doesn't know you know.
Yeah, so I work full-time in insurance. So I distribute and sell life and funeral insurance. So, yeah, it's an interesting job, but I enjoy it. And then I also work at Elite Fitness. There's nothing to hide there. Majority of people know me from that place. So my duties at Elite Fitness is I'm a group fitness trainer. So I train people in classes and I also work as a receptionist. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
it's been a long time. It's been 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 7 years ago then, it must have been when I met you then.
Yeah.
Working. It was the first time I met you working at Elite.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
They were the days.
They were the days. Yeah, they were the days.
It was.
Oh, honestly, I miss Elite Fitness a lot. I miss everything about it because you would still feel it, but for me, it felt like a home that I moved out of. That's how it felt. Because we had all the boys. It was like every day I'd come in, we'd have fun. And I remember at one stage, you taught me how to work behind the counter, and I'd check people in and things like that. And you're like, oh, I'm just gonna go bathroom. I was like, oh, I've got this. Don't worry about it. And people would come in like, hey mate, how you going? I just like, I remember I learned to use the FBOS machine. People would want a protein shake. Yeah.
People were going up to you at one stage.
Yeah. I'd be downstairs working out. People were like, hey man, I just got to ask you a question about this. And I'm like, oh, I'll be right with you, man. I'll be right with you. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was home, man. That was home.
Yeah.
I miss it. But yeah, you're still there and it sounds like you're still loving it.
Still love it. Yeah. I'm very fortunate that I got the job there. How I got the job there, well, initially how I started with my fitness journey, and it's not the usual, break up, get into the gym. It's nothing like that.
Hey, I think that was mine, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine was, I was in Malta and my whole family went, and my grandmother and grandfather. My grandfather looked at me one day and he goes, "You're fat, you know."
Oh,
I swear to
savage.
God.
Savage.
I'm like, what the hell? I started crying. I'm like, but you know what? That used me as motivation to get my ass. So what I did.
How old were you? Let me just say, how old were you?
I was 15.
Yeah.
So I was 15. And
Oh, what a savage. 15-year-old girl.
Old back.
Oh, my God. You know what you just said? Yeah, well, guess what? You're old. Yeah, you're old, dude.
I know.
Yeah. I can change. You can't. You're old. Yeah.
But that comment that he made was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Wow.
Because I said, you know what? I'm going to prove this old man wrong.
Yeah.
So as soon as I came back to Australia, I was very intimidated to go to the gym. So Jake's been training at Elite Fitness and then Aiden decided to join. So I started my fitness journey pretty much just training at home, going for walks outside. Like my dad was teaching me a few things as well, like to run on the spot. But then Aiden goes, just come to the gym. And I'm like, all right, stuff it. I'm going to give it a go. So then from my fitness journey, I lost 25 kilograms.
Yeah,
so
nice.
I was very, like when I was 15, I was overweight, but I didn't realize I needed that push.
Yeah.
I just let myself go, ate whatever I wanted, didn't really care.
Yeah.
I worked at Hungry Jack's, so that was a big contributor for me to put on a lot of weight as well.
Oh, I worked at Hungry Jack's too. Let me tell you, I was a pimply teenager. I got addicted to the syrup drinks, the Cokes and all that.
Yeah.
I was so addicted to drinking them that I get a headache.
Oh my
And I'm like,
goodness.
oh my gosh, I need to go get a syrup drink. And I'd like finish
Aw.
school, I'd go straight to straight there. Yeah. Yeah.
I even remember like what my order was because
Yeah.
I used to have 4 shifts a week, and every time I'd work there, I'd eat there as well, and I'd have my dinner. So I used to have a barbecue cheeseburger, heavy pickles, heavy mayonnaise, and no barbecue sauce, large fries, nuggets, and a slushie every time. Imagine doing that for 2 years.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, like having that lifestyle, I was honestly on the verge of developing health issues. That's how bad like it would have gotten. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So shout out to Pop, eh?
shout out to him. I thank him till this day. Every time I go up there, I say, thanks to you. Like I wouldn't have been able to do this, and I proved him wrong.
Yeah,
man.
nice.
So now, I'm fit. I'm healthy. So then, pretty much, one of the staff members saw me in the bathroom, and they saw me every day. You know, I worked. So I trained there for about maybe 7-8 months before I got the job there. But this particular woman, Jackie, she would see me, hello, and then she saw me in the bathroom and she goes, you look amazing. I've just seen you every day. You come here, you always got a smile. Sometimes you come twice a day.
Yeah.
I was so consistent.
Nice.
And she goes, you should apply here. I'm like, you know what? Why not?
Yeah.
Because she goes, you can inspire so many people. So I'm like, yeah. So I handed my resume to Jericho. Within a
yeah, I
week
remember
later,
Jericho.
yeah,
Yeah.
he still trains there.
Wow.
But within a week, I handed my resume, got a call from Michael. He goes, congratulations, you've got the job.
Yeah. Wow.
So-
Even Michael, that's a throwback for me too.
Yeah, Michael's still there.
We're still there.
He's still there.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
You know,
He's the
Michael
best.
would say to me once, because I had a membership for a long time, right? And then
Yeah.
I came in and tapped my card one day and he's like, oh, you got a membership. I was there for probably 2 years already. I was like, oh, why not? And he's like, oh, it must have ran out. You have to sign a new contract for another 12 months.
Right.
And I was like, what? I'm not signing another contract. I'm just, why didn't you just keep charging me? And he's like, oh, you ticked the box saying you couldn't. I was like, that doesn't sound right. I was like, you guys do it all on the computer. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing it. And he's like, oh, I'll just train for today and then talk to me after. So then I would prolong it for like 2-3 weeks. And eventually he's like, you want to get a contract? I was like, yeah, all right. And then he gave me my contract. I was like, I'll sign it at home. Another month, 2 months later, he's like, have you done it yet? I was like, oh, 12 months is a long time. And he's like, all right, we'll do 6 months. Like, all right, sweet. Another 2 months later, I still haven't signed it. I mean, I stretched this out for like 8 months.
Wow.
And eventually he's like, dude, I'll give you a 1 week contract if you do it today. I was like, all right, sweet. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
so
my goodness.
that was pretty cool. Yeah.
I looked at your photo the other day. Your photo is of, I don't know why. I think we changed it. Initially, it used to be you at like the age of 16.
Yeah.
And then there's a photo of Biggie Smalls.
Is that? I remember that. Oh my god, that's so good.
Oh my
I should have
goodness.
kept it as that photo of me when I was 16. I should have. It'll be in there somewhere. It'll be in there somewhere.
Jake's one looks hideous. Like
Does it?
he's putting the weirdest face. It's like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, I miss your brother too. I miss Jake a lot. I saw Aiden last night actually.
Oh,
Aiden,
yeah?
yeah.
Oh no! Did you go to Newtown?
Yeah.
Oh,
I went to the wing
nice.
place. It was good food.
Yeah.
But there was one thing that made me laugh so hard, right? So Nixie got, Nixied. He got drunk
Yep.
pretty quickly. Nixied. That might be my new verb for saying someone that got drunk. Anyway, so he's rocking on his chair. We've all finished eating. There's probably on his table and the people that were sharing it, there was probably, say, 50, 60 wing bones and heaps of empty glasses. Anyway, he's rocking on his chair. He leans back a bit too far and he yells out, "Whoa!" And everyone looks at him and he tried to grab the table with his feet, but he just picked it up with him and took the whole table up in the air. Like he turned, the whole table came upside down and then just crashed. Broken
my
glasses,
God.
spilt drink. It was so funny. It was ridiculous. It was out of a movie.
That's because I had work this morning, so that's why I couldn't see Aiden to ask, "Oh, how was it?"
Yeah.
But there you go. I get to hear it all from
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. It was good
That's
fun.
funny.
It was good fun.
That's
I'm glad
good.
the boys invited me.
How many of you went?
I think there was probably about 12, 14 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a bit
Nice.
more. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Because there was, I won't even bother naming everyone in there. But there was a
I know
good-
Zach because Zach picked up Aiden,
Yeah.
and I'm sure.
Well, yeah, there was Zach, Coops and Holly, Fish and Jazz, Nix and Juliet, Brad and Tamara, Jack and Chloe. I'm not even counting properly. I've lost count, to be honest.
But a lot.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
yeah.
a fun.
And I'm sorry if I'm missing anyone off the top of my head, but yeah, it was good numbers.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah. It was a good experience watching Nixie do that. He also, Fisher ordered these wings and he ate one and he's like, "Oh, I can handle these hot food." He ate one and he's like, "I've got pins and needles in my jaw." He's like, "This is too hot." So Nixie tried to go, "Oh, it's not even that hot, bro. I'll eat it." And he goes, "It's not that hot. I'm telling you, it's not that hot." Grabs his drink. It's not that hot. He gets up. He runs outside. I chase him with my phone, follow him. He's like, ran to the servo, grabbed the ice cream, shoved the ice cream in his mouth. Yeah. So, yeah, It was a good night. It was a good night.
The last time I went to Newtown was with Zach and Aiden for Superwog. Now, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm going to have
Oh,
to say
yeah.
this story.
Weren't you here and then you just left?
Yes.
Yeah, and then just
that's
came
right.
back.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were over your place. I think it was your birthday.
Yeah. I think it was Aiden that was yelling at someone or talking to someone, wasn't it?
Yeah, like, so what happened was Zach and Aiden we were in the car park and they were the entertainment
Yeah.
after the show.
Yeah.
Their imitations of Superwog was spot on.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
But someone did not like it. So there was a guy who you could tell that he was high on ice or something.
Yeah.
And mate, he just went ballistic and he lost it. So
Wow.
what he did, he started. We were all in the car. He starts chasing my car, banging on my window like as hard as he could.
Oh my
to the
God.
point where he could have broken his arm.
Yeah.
And I think, and you could see his eyes. His eyes were just. You just know that.
He hadn't slept in 2 days, 3
Oh.
days.
Just,
Yeah.
Just think of someone high on ice
Yeah,
in their
yeah.
eyes. That's what I was traumatized. Like, I've never had an experience like that ever in my life. So that's
Yeah.
why now I avoid Newtown or cause
Yeah.
like you never know what you're gonna face.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just had this severe anger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it was
Newtown used to be one of the highest crime rates in Australia, Newtown.
Oh wow.
Our taxi driver, who was an Uber driver, but he was a taxi driver, he drove us last night because I went to go see Nixie. He moved into an apartment in the city.
Yeah.
He lives there now. So I went to his place, then we called an Uber to the restaurant in Newtown. And the taxi driver was pointing down this one street and he's like, "See this street? 10, 15 years ago, taxis were not allowed on this street. Police weren't allowed on this street. Ambulance weren't allowed on this street because everyone would just get their cars dragged out of their cars and bashed in this street. I remember, and I'm looking at it thinking,
scary.
this is a nice street. He's like, oh, trust me, it's changed. It's changed. But yeah, Newtown used to be horrible.
Wow.
So there's still those little trickles of junkies and ice addicts and stuff. When I get to Newtown, I look around, I think to myself, like, I feel like 90% of the people here, they were all just like on drugs, just like on benders or just like, just lost, just useless people. And they all just went for a walk, all of them, every single one of them from different parts of Australia. And then as they all sobered up, they all ended up in Newtown and they all just stayed there together. That's how I look at it.
There's all sorts of people there.
Yeah.
I mean, each to their own, I
Yeah,
guess.
I know. To be honest, if you find someone that has a brunette, blonde or brown hair, you're lucky because they're usually pink, green and yellow.
That's true.
Yeah.
All the
it's
hippies
cool.
there.
Yeah, it's cool. So you're saying you do the morning classes? Is that what you do? Or do you do afternoon classes?
Sometimes, yeah. Mostly my dedicated classes are in the morning, but if they need someone to cover at night, then I'll be there to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what time is the morning classes at the gym?
I have to get there by 5 a.m.
Wow.
So to set up the equipment, right on the board, make sure the microphone's working properly as well, write up the program.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll get there about 5 a.m. and then
Nice.
start teaching. And
Yeah. That's a cool little extra workout for you too, isn't it?
I know, I get
Yeah.
paid to exercise. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But I love it. And I love motivating people and bettering them and teaching them.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, I'm teaching up on stage and they're looking up to me.
Yeah.
I feel this constant pressure
Yeah.
to be, it's positive, but then it's also gained a negative as well. So now, because everyone looks at me, I have this constant pressure and I've got body dysmorphia. So I know
no.
it's a bit upsetting, but it's something that I battle on and I just have to go through.
Yeah. Well, I think that it's a great position to be in, leading and teaching.
That's it.
Because I learned for the first time. I feel like I could have learned this while I was doing my apprenticeship, but I didn't even learn it until one day in the gym where I was watching people help out the really big buff guys, help out the real skinny guys like myself at the time. And to be honest, still today.
Yeah.
But I was watching them and I was thinking to myself, like, you're advancing to the next level of being a human because you learn it all. And then when you teach it all, you get to learn it all again and you get better by teaching, And I think that's where one of my favorite quotes comes from. The more you learn, the more you earn, and the more you teach, the more you reach. Because when you're teaching, you're reaching for more, and it's awesome. So I think that I recommend anyone in any field they're in, once you learn it, try and teach someone it. And then you're doing a perfect example of that by running classes. Yeah. It's cool. Did you have to have any certificates or anything to do it?
Yeah, I had to study. I had to go to the city. So I did that 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I got my qualifications. Because initially when I started as a receptionist, I was working also at a cafe and I was working at Elite Fitness.
Yeah.
And I used to do the classes, but I'm like, I want to do this. I actually want to teach the classes. So they got me as a cover when I got my qualifications, but then I got my first permanent class on a Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
And I was so excited.
You still remember the day and everything?
I still remember the days. Yeah. Because if I didn't go through this or my life experiences and my grandfather telling me I'm fat, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah,
when
of
I
course.
was growing up, I was not like this. I wasn't confident. I was shy. I used to get bullied at school so much as well. Like had to move schools from
did ya?
Glenwood to Wyndham. No hiding
I didn't know that. I didn't know you went to Wyndham.
Yeah, I completed year 11 and year 12 at Wyndham because firstly, better education. Secondly, I did get bullied by this particular person.
Yeah, no shout out.
No shout out. I hope they're doing well.
Do I know them? Do you think I know them?
Yeah, you definitely
Oh,
know
no.
them.
Tell me I won't put it in the podcast.
Oh, that's all good. I will.
Tell me. Oh, my God. That
Yeah,
name.
you remember.
That name. I hate that name. Oh, my God. I remember you had my back one time too.
Oh, I did. I remember that too.
Yeah.
I got so. I think what I did to that person when she screamed out your name or she goes, F you, Doxie. I went, boom.
Yeah.
I like, as hard as I could with my elbow because she was screaming it outside the car. Boom. I'm sorry. Don't do that.
Yeah,
I was just got me, I don't know,
I do
a
not
whole
like that
nother.
name. Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, nice.
I think everyone knows her.
Damn, that's mad.
I know. Like, I'm
funny.
sorry. Like,
Nah,
for her
fuck
to go.
Yeah. Yeah. She hasn't picked. She's picked enemies, that's for sure.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she was terrible to me. She was horrible.
She was terrible to everyone.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But yeah, she comes and she asks me for advice, and I'm more than happy. Like, I don't hold grudges. I don't have
nice.
anything against her. Like,
Yeah.
that's the type of person I am. I don't hold on to grudges. You forgive, but you never forget.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
you're not going to go anywhere by holding grudges against people. You
Yeah.
have to have that, love in your heart to forgive people.
Yeah, I agree. Wholeheartedly, I agree in forgiveness. I
Yeah.
have definitely taught myself a lot about forgiveness this
That's
year.
it.
There's been a couple incidences where it's like,
Of course.
don't know if I'm going to get over this, but you just have to just tell yourself, to be honest, there's no point holding on to it because you're not advancing yourself anyway. If you're going to hold on to a grudge, it doesn't mean that you feel confident enough in yourself from the position you were in back then. By getting over it, you're almost like letting yourself know that doesn't bother me anymore, mostly because it's not true anymore.
Yeah.
Which is it's been a good lesson. It's been a good journey, the forgiveness journey. And
Yeah.
to be honest, any grudges that I had are completely gone now, which has been cool. And I almost went to Wyndham, I almost did.
Oh.
Yeah, I was at the school I was at, and then I was going to move that school because Wyndham offered like all these other like things like mechanical trade and all these apprenticeship opportunities and things. So I went there for like 2-3 days, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
It was good. It was a good change.
Yeah.
I did make some good friends. I didn't keep in contact with anybody, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's just the way of life, but I ended up getting a great education out of it. So
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool. And now, what about for your gym in the journey in the future? Is there anything that you would like to try and do? Do you ever want to, big things, I'm talking big pictures, but
Yeah.
own a gym or run classes outside of a gym or anything like that?
it's funny you asked that. So recently I got accepted in this course where it's actually going to teach me like how to open up my own gym and be like, it gives you all these qualifications. Like, it qualifies you to be like a sports performance coach, a
Wow.
personal trainer. So as I was very lucky to get accepted because it's a government funded course. It was
Wow.
worth $7,000, but
Wow.
I only have to pay $300. So
Wow.
I know.
What a bag right there.
Oh,
Mad.
so out of this, I'm like Aiden and I, like, we've always wanted to have a business together. And I've always wanted to have my own studio because I'm really good at what I do and teaching people. I've had my own business before in lockdown. I had lockdown boot camp where I was
Yeah,
training
that's
40
right.
ladies.
That's right.
Yeah,
Good
so-
work for that. Good
No,
work.
thank you. It was good. It was successful. I was people's coach, counselor at the time because COVID
Yeah.
was tough. It was
Yeah.
a tough period for so many people.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to open up my own little studio. Aiden be the money man. I'll
Yeah.
be the trainer. We'll obviously have, but that's my goal. So this course is going to teach me all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
How exciting is that? That's
know.
awesome.
I
Good
know.
work. Good hustle.
Yeah.
You know what I've learned a lot about people who have big dreams like this? They have big imaginations. I look at myself in that regard too. I have all these crazy ideas and things, and I can only explain it by being able to imagine a thing So
Yeah.
I recommend anyone who doesn't have these big goals and big dreams and
So important.
just start imagining more things, make up scenarios in your head, think about anything that is not real, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you'll be able to start thinking about things that are possible,
I'm always constantly thinking, poor thing. I was like yesterday, I was in my own mind and I'm thinking so much about my future and, settling down, having kids, blah, blah, blah. And someone was tapping me on the shoulder for 2 minutes just to ask me, where do I fill up my water bottle? So
Not right now, I'm thinking.
like, how long have you been standing there?
Yeah.
I think 2 minutes is a bit of an exaggeration, but like she was sitting there for a bit.
It felt like 10 for them.
Yeah. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just like, when I train, when I'm at the gym, it is my thinking place. Like, I do love talking to the members, don't get me wrong, but it's also a time for me to focus on just me, focus on my goals and my thinking place.
Yeah, that's a
really.
good thinking place.
It is.
I think my thinking place is usually at work at the moment because I don't have to put much thinking power into a lot of my tasks.
Yeah,
I could be
that's good.
painting for a day. I could be welding for a day. It doesn't take any thinking capability. So work is my thinking, but I love my thinking time. Sometimes I even give myself half an hour a day just to stop and think. I love a good think. It prolongs my next week. If I think for half an hour really, really dedicatedly, then my next week just feels easy. It's like I've already thought about everything, you know. I love thinking deep. Yeah.
You're still in refrigeration?
Still
as
in
well?
refrigeration, yeah.
You love that.
I love it. I love it. It's the best. It's the best. I don't know to be honest, I believe in myself to a point where I think that I would have been good at anything I did.
Yeah.
But I was just fortunate enough that I found this enjoyable and entertaining and interesting.
Yeah.
So it made my curiosity piqued my need to continue to grow more and more and more and more. Yeah.
You know what I remember as well about you telling me that you wanted to be a crane driver at one stage.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember our conversations. Like,
yeah,
you've been in my life for a very long
I
time.
know.
You know a lot about me. I know a lot about you.
Yeah.
But whatever happened to crane driver?
So I actually almost did it at one point. I was in my apprenticeship still, and a crane mob reached out to me because my mum and my sister both work at that company. And I think I got apprentice of the year, or I got something that year in my apprenticeship. And then they ended up being like, oh, let's try and steal this kid from his trade and raise him up to be a dogman and crane driver.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously trying hard at his job.
Yeah.
And then I resigned from the company I was at, handed in my 2 weeks, and then signed up at this new mob. And then on the last day of my 2 weeks resignation, I was meant to sign up at the crane mob the next day. I pulled out and I was like, no, I got to finish my apprenticeship. I'm so sorry. So I ended up I canned that idea, and there's been about 3 times since then where I've thought about it, but one day I still will. One day I will be a crane driver. It's not my time yet.
You know what? We're still young.
Yeah.
I know it feels like, getting older, but you know what? Compared to the customers I speak to on a daily basis, like the type of policies I deal with, life and funeral insurance.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, the funeral insurance are their 60s, 70s. You know what I mean? So we are still babies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it's funny because we're talking about how we feel so old. Oh, no, mid-20s.
I feel it in my back. I'm like, my back.
Mid-20s, oh, no, we're so old. And then you told me about 60-year-old. I'm like, I don't even know if I'll ever be 60. It's so far away. Yeah.
You will.
Yeah,
You will
I'll be
grow
60
old.
one day, but that's a long time.
It is. It is.
Yeah. My old man always said to me, he was probably about 40 at the time, maybe 45 at the time, and he would say, what are the exact words he'd use? One day, he's like, I remember being your age, and then I blinked, and I was 40. And I remember just hearing that, and I was like probably about 10 at the time, and I thought, oh, shit. You know what I mean? I don't want to be old, dude. You're old, dude. But now I see people that are 40 because I work amongst a wide variety of age group. And I think to myself, you're not that old, 40. I used to think 30 was old. And then I work with 32, 34-year-olds. And I'm like, shit, you're young, dude. 34, you're actually young. You got a long time to go. Like, that's crazy.
We do.
So there's no point rushing, is there? There's no point. I'm quick to try and grow up. I'm pretty quick to rush everything. Rush kids, rush houses, rush mortgages, rush retirement.
Men, I don't think... For women, I feel that we have a biological clock, meaning that there's us, we hit menopause and stuff. There would be a time where it's too late to have. So, yeah, I'd love to have kids, I don't know what age. I'm not putting a timeline, but soon I'd love to have kids.
Yeah. Do you think you'd like to have your gym and stuff first, the thing?
Look, that would be to set up my career even more, of course, and, my future. So that way when I meet my significant other, they know that I've set myself up well, and then we can bring up a beautiful family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a funny link between, it's not a proven fact, it's more of like an ideology that is widely accepted that when you conceive your child, that's how the child will be at the age when you conceive them. So if you're, say, 15, right, and you're not really that figured out in life, maybe you're just mucking around with a partner and you fell pregnant and then you have the child, your child will grow up to be a bit more like lost and unsure for a good period of their life.
Yeah, right.
And then people who are like extreme fitness fanatics and like training hard together and like especially bodybuilding competitions, you see that in a lot of these cases, that when they have a kid, the kid will grow up to be like peak genetics, peak performance. Like they just naturally have a longevity of a body that can sustain a lot of food and not working out too much because they're fortunate. And the same thing goes, I believe, in brain capacity too. I believe that if you set yourself up to be emotionally intelligent, financially secure, I believe that child, it's nature versus nurture in a way where, yes, you're going to be able to bring them up and pass on your knowledge, but I believe genetically the child will be born with a high capability of success if you're already successful, you know? So I'm trying not to rush either, but it is hard watching people have babies. It's very hard.
You want to be right. It will come, Doxie. I see you being a great father.
Thank you. Sure. I'm going to have many children. I'm going to have
how many?
6 boys and however many girls it takes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You sound like my cousin. My first cousin wants to have 12 because of cheaper by the dozen.
Oh my God.
I'm like 12.
Oh my God.
Oh my. Imagine popping 12 children out of
That's crazy.
Oh,
that's crazy.
I think that's a lot. I think that's an extreme. But
well, if I have 6 girls, I'm going to have 12. Yeah. I can't control what comes out.
Yeah, true.
Someone I know recently told me they want to have...
control you.
Yeah, I know. Someone I know wants to have 13.
Oh.
Yeah.
A whole soccer team.
Yeah, that's what they said. They want to have a football team. That's what they said. Yeah.
Wow.
That's nuts.
There you go.
Yeah, but if I have 6 boys, that's fine. But I need to have girls too. I can't wait to have little girls. I can't wait to have a little princess. Like, oh my gosh. We've got all these step cousins and nieces and nephews and stuff in my family, and watching these little girls. Like, the boys are cool, but the girls are just so fucking cute. I just want to throw them against the wall.
I hope you have a boy first and then a girl.
Yeah.
I love having an older brother.
Yeah.
That, you know, my protector. Oh,
Yeah.
Aiden's my protector as well. They both are. Like, if
yeah,
I'm
you're pretty lucky in the middle, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm the spoilt one.
Yeah.
I'm the only girl. So.
Yeah. Well, what was I going to say? Something about... Oh, yeah. So when it comes to me wanting to have all these boys, we have this thing in our trade called the Fridgy curse. And people who want to have a boy, you always have a girl first. Their whole trade is always girl. There's always a boy here and there.
Yeah.
But like everyone has girls. So even though I say I want to have 6 boys, I might have 6 girls. You know? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Well, we'll
it's
just
crazy.
see what happens.
How many would you like to have?
I'd say my max would be 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing more than that.
4's a good number lately that a lot of people are opening up to. 3
4.
used to be the max, and I feel like
Yeah.
people want to have 4 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went through a long period in time where people were only having 1 or 2 kids, I noticed, you know? Like me and you are fortunate enough to be children of 3 siblings.
Yeah.
But like that's not that common anymore, you know? A lot of people just have 1 sibling, if not no siblings.
Yeah. That's
which is
true.
crazy. If
I
that
know.
continues to happen, if people just have 1 kid, we're going to run out of humans, you know
Our
what I mean?
generation now, people are delaying having kids a lot later, getting married.
Yeah.
You know, that's just it's harder nowadays. It's harder to find love. Like, people are relying on dating websites.
Yeah.
I refuse. I
Yeah.
100% refuse. I'm very open about that
Yeah.
because it's like online shopping.
It is, eh? Oh my gosh, it is like online shopping. Yeah. Wow.
And I didn't even understand right, left, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've
There's
got
no
my
realness
opinions on-
though either. There's no realness behind it. Like, how can
Yeah.
you can't get to know someone through text messages. You can't. I can't even text my friends. I'm not even that good at it, let alone someone I don't know. It's very hard.
Yeah, it's hard to find quality, but
But, you
on
know,
those
it's because you
websites,
have a high expectation of what you probably want, which is a good thing to have.
yeah,
Yeah,
course.
of course. You can't settle for anything less than perfect. That's one thing I always tell myself too. You have to just make a list, right? And then if they don't tick every single thing, they ain't that guy. You know what I mean?
Well, then you probably won't find
They're out
because
there.
no one is perfect.
Good point.
Everyone's got,
Yeah, good point. But perfect, to be honest, nothing is perfect. It's one thing that I used to argue with one of my friends about all the time, Luke. Nothing is perfect because even if something was 100%, like you say you want to measure something to 10 centimeters. If you zoom in even further, you've gone over that line a little bit more. If you try and fit something inside something and it fits perfectly, if you zoom in far enough, you'll see a little bit of a gap. Nothing's ever square, nothing's ever level, nothing's ever accurate. There's no such thing as perfect. But perfect is a word used as almost like a descriptive word for something that just fits so well. You know, it's like two people are obviously not perfect, but they can work together perfectly. You know, and I think if they don't fit every single one of your things, trust me, it ain't the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it's crazy.
As long as they've got the mate, treat their mum and dad well, they got good family orientation, make good financial decisions.
Yeah.
Is a big. I'm not after someone for their money, but as long as they're smart with how they spend their money. Well, that's so important.
Yeah.
How they treat me, how they treat their siblings. It's just.
Yeah.
But that should be basic. But a lot of people, it's not. It's not basic.
It should be basic.
Like a biggest ick for us women is if, let's say, for example, a guy swears at their mum, tells them to F off. Oh, man, sack straight away.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, nah. To be honest, I was going to get to a little segment about icks and green and red flags because it's nice to have some femininity on the podcast. So
you don't have much of that, do you?
I don't, but I do.
No.
So I do thank you very, very much for coming and bringing it.
You're welcome.
It's just not. It's like I don't really have many females in my life either, you know, which is why I'm fortunate to have people like you in my life because not only are you able to enhance my life, but now you can enhance all my friends' lives as well. Yeah. I'll come back to icks and green and red flags and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking because your family is so family orientated, it makes sense that you're after someone who's so family orientated too. So I think that you're most likely going to find someone who's Wog or Maltese or something, right? Because
I don't know. You never know. Look,
you never know.
I don't know who I'm gonna meet.
I believe it. I do believe a little part of me. I do believe a little bit because it's just a way different culture. And I've experienced your family's culture. It's so much different to any form of white.
You've been over remember how we had to pick up my mum and dad?
Yeah.
I felt so sorry for you. They were dancing to Maltese music.
Yeah.
That was a good experience.
That was a good experience. Because it was an insight to people's lives that I'm not familiar with, you know. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But white families don't have anything like that. There's no tradition, culture, like music. There's no nostalgia. Like it's nothing. It's just, but like, don't get me wrong, family's family. Love my family. Love everyone. I love my uncles, aunties, grandparents, cousins, nephews, little one, the babies. Love them. And our family's a bit different. And tell me if this is the same in any Maltese culture or any world culture. But our family isn't just blood related. Our family is, I'm looking at family now as a different word than I used to. No, blood does not mean family. For me, family means people that you've spent an extended amount of time with. So we have people who have separated in my family and then they will come join for family. And they might even have partners or children and they will come join our family for Christmas. And we'll have uncles and aunties of people that aren't even in our family anymore, but they'll come, and friends of people who will come. And it's like our family now is just a bunch of people who have spent time together. It's got nothing to do with blood. You know, it's crazy. Yeah. Is that similar at all in Maltese culture or anything? Or is it mostly like everyone's related somehow?
Everyone's related somehow.
Yeah. Because I'm not related to probably 70% of the people I consider family.
You got to look, when you're Maltese, you got to watch out. You got to do a background check before you start dating. Like my ex-partner, he was Maltese. And mate, we did a background check. I'm like, are you related to this person, this person?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
God.
Imagine
you're cousins.
It's a possibility because there's a lot of people in Maltese families.
No, luckily enough, I wasn't related to.
Yeah, I know that you went with him, but I'm saying it's a possibility because there's a lot of Maltese family people.
Do you know how common it is for them to date their cousins?
Is it?
Yeah, I swear to God.
God.
Maybe not so much in our generation now, but back in the days, yes, okay. It's very common in Malta and Lebanon. Lebanon is another one.
Your cousins, that's crazy.
That is terrible.
That's
I know.
crazy.
Sorry if my Lebanese friends watch this.
Hey, it's not your fault. They're fucking chasing cousins.
I thought you said cousin fuckers.
I did, but I tried to change it. I tried to change it. Cousin fuckers. That's terrible. That's terrible. If I beep that, I beep that. Everyone apologise. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
please don't beep that. That was amazing. Yeah.
I was thinking, you reminded me of a point before when you said generation, so the word generation, because it reminded me of what we were talking about before with, it's hard for people to find significant others and love and relationships.
I feel sorry for our generation.
I do too. And I think the easy one for me to put it down to is religion, because religion is where marriage and concepts come from. And the idea of love and monogamy and all these things are a religious concept. Christianity, Catholic, Islamic, all these things.
Yeah.
So yes, we've entered a bit more of a godless society, which is helping that case on which people aren't getting married and the divorce rates are so high and things like that. But I think the one thing that the people don't understand is more than religion, it's more of a cultural phenomenon that people forget that love doesn't last forever the way it does in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, it's honeymoon. It's so sweet. Nothing can affect me. Life is beautiful.
Yeah.
But everything in life comes in waves. Everything goes up and everything goes down. But people forget that in order for it to go back down, you have to start climbing. You know what I mean? And yeah, you're going to be at the top for a little bit, but just remember while you're up there that it's going to fall and then start climbing again. And people don't have that concept anymore. People just think, we aren't getting along, let's separate. You know what I mean? Within 2 years, 3 years. But marriage should be stretched out for 20, 30, you know?
A lifetime.
A lifetime. If hope, all the best case scenario, a lifetime. But people are giving up after a year.
I know.
You know, 6 months even.
You know what, Jake? Touch wood, my extended family on both my mum and dad's side, no one's divorced.
Wow.
No one's split up.
Wow.
No one.
That's crazy. That
my
is
mum
crazy.
and dad, like their love for each other, it's like, it's just beautiful. And I hope to have the love that they have, because my dad always puts my mum first.
Yeah.
And I find that beautiful. He always looks after her. Mm-hmm. And, you know, now
That's
look,
awesome.
Jake's taking that from my dad and applying it to his new relationship with Chantel.
Yeah.
Like
I love Chantel too.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
like she's a good addition.
She
to
has
our
been a
family.
great addition to Jake's life. I think.
Humbled him.
Yeah.
He's good. Like, you know what? Chantel was a blessing. It's brought us, because Jake, like, he was a little bit reserved. It was hard for him to open up. But now that Chantel's come into the family, he's a lot more closer to us. He opens up a lot more.
Yeah.
If he's experiencing problems at work, he'll tell us. He's not a closed book anymore.
Yeah.
You know, we're proud of him. Like, I love Jake. He's awesome.
I fucking love Jake too. He will always be one of my ride or dies. Always. I have
always so
shout
close.
out to you, Zibbo. I know you're listening, dude. I have so much love for you. So much. Yeah.
Same with Aiden.
I love Aiden. Don't get me wrong. I love Aiden.
Oh.
I love Aiden.
I can
But my
talk about
friend-
him before.
Yeah. But my friendship with Aiden has been so limited in our experience and time spent together.
Yeah.
Me and Jake will have 10,000 hours of time together.
Of course.
Me, Jake, and Luke were gym dedicated together for a long time. And that will grow a friendship like no tomorrow. Pushing each other, screaming, getting up to no good. Like, oh, it was great. It was great. So yeah, I'm so glad that you just have such a strong family friendship.
Yeah.
Such a strong. Me and my siblings, we are growing a more and more stronger friendship. But it wasn't always that way. It was not always that way. My sister and me, we weren't really friends for a very long time, I guess, when we were younger because we just had different lives. But now we are definitely becoming more and more closer as friends.
You need each other now.
Yeah. My brother, for example, we weren't really that close as friends either, but I see it as if, like, I wanted to have a friendship with my brother because the power of brotherhood is so strong. It is one of the strongest forces on this planet. So I was like, I want to have a strong friendship with him. So I'd create scenarios where we'd hang out. We'd work at the same company. We'd go to the same gym. We'd go to the golf driving range, wherever we're going. And through the process, I realized, oh, he's my best friend. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's actually dope. You know what I mean? Like, how did I not know? Like, the coolest kids living in my house with me. Like, it's awesome. So, oh yeah, I love the idea of family. I love it. But I'm really understanding now that it doesn't just mean blood. It means spending time with people creates family.
So true.
Would you consider your friends to be your family?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call them, they're going to watch this. And I told them I'm coming on the podcast. I call them my Euro Lounge friends. I love them to death.
Yeah.
I met them from a restaurant last year, so over a year ago.
Wow.
And now we see each other almost every single week, and we do so much together.
Nice.
I just love them. I love
Yeah.
them so much.
Nice.
We roast the shit out of each other. I've never had such a good group of people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they
that's
are
cool.
my family.
Yeah,
They'll always be there for me.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I can see if you're going and spending that much time together, does everything is going on a holiday or something like that together? Because that'd be awesome.
We're going to go in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to go up to the Central Coast for someone's birthday. So we're going to spend a night there. We don't have any, like, I've got holidays booked personally myself, but not with these particular friends.
Yeah.
I went on a Contiki tour in Canada.
Oh, that's right. You did too.
I visited the work office as well. Got the opportunity to do that. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Because I think it was my boss. My boss said, go to Canada. And I was like, yeah. And so we visited the work office in Canada. And my work colleague and I said, let's then expand. While we're there, we went to Iceland right after.
Nice.
So
Nice.
made the most of it. But the holidays that I've got, so these Contiki friends that I've met, now lifelong friends.
Yeah, you do grow good, strong friendships on those tours. Yeah.
Awesome. So we're going to go to Whit Sundays, Queensland next year for 10 days.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so that would be good.
Yeah. So what these friends that you made on these Contiki tour, were they from Australia?
Yeah, so most of them. There's one girl named Meg. She's from London.
Yeah.
So she's coming all the way to Australia.
Wow.
And she's going to come to Sydney first. So the moment that she arrives in Sydney, we're going to take her around. I don't know. If there's any recommendations, put them in the comments below, like where I should take her around Sydney.
That is great YouTube advertising right there, Kayla. Great work. I never think of doing shit like that. I never do shit like that.
There you go.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm going to start doing that more. Yeah, please leave some recommendations in the comment section below.
Yeah, that's
nice.
it. I watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, me too. But you know what's crazy? I always get so lost in the moment of like, I forget that I'm doing a podcast. You know what I mean? I always just talk to you, and then it's like every now and then I think to myself like, oh yeah, you know, yeah. I've never done the whole don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification button. Then I hear it every day on other podcasts, you know. Yeah, so that'd be fun. I'm actually going to go to Canada next September, I think. September, October, maybe.
Whereabouts?
I'm going to Vancouver first.
Yes.
And then I'd like to spend about 4 days in Canada to go to the snowboard.
Good.
I'd love to do that.
So are you going to Banff?
I'm not sure. I haven't even booked in where in Canada. But what we've booked in after Canada is we're going to Alaska. And we're doing a cruise ship for 10 days or something, or a week. And then we're going to go for a bit of a tour on the roads and see the bears and all that. I'm very excited.
So who are you going with?
Everyone in our possible family. There's like almost 30 people now coming.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just Canada. It's not a country that people say, yeah, I'm going to go travel there. It's not like the usual Europe. Oh, I'm going to Greece, Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Canada's it's so unique.
Yeah.
It is.
Definitely.
It's beautiful. But Iceland, I can say, is the most magical country I've ever traveled to in my life.
Wow.
It is beautiful. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
I basically traveled all of Iceland in a matter of 4 days.
Oh, wow.
I know, because it is small. It's not that big at all.
Yeah.
And all the glaciers, like even the food that they eat, it's so unique.
Oh yeah. What's the food like? What's it? Can you explain it? Is it hard? I can't even imagine it.
So my friend Georgia and I, we did a food tour. Mm-hmm. So that went for 3 hours. So food tour, pretty much you go and visit different restaurants. We tried fermented shark.
Fermented shark.
Oh, that was horrible.
Oh my god.
My friend Georgia
I've eaten
almost
shark, but I don't know about fermented shark.
Okay. So basically you have to have a beer or some sort of drink.
Yeah.
But the tour guide was like, you chew it 10 times before you swallow it. So we're chewing it. And then Georgia almost threw up. Yeah. Oh my God. So that was the worst. So to those that are watching, I don't recommend fermented shark.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. That was. But the food, they eat a lot of like seafood. We ate a horse.
Oh, no
I swear
way.
to God.
I've always wanted to eat horse.
It actually was nice.
Really?
Yeah.
People
we
say
ate
horse is one of the worst meats to eat, which is why I'm
Really?
surprised because I would love to try horse.
Yeah, wow.
That's
It's very, yeah.
It sounds so fucked up. Eating a horse sounds so messed up.
It was fucking messed.
Wow.
Yeah, so, but they eat a lot of, they've got this, this cute little, it looks like a penguin, but it's called a poppin.
You're just eating all the good animals, eh?
I know. It's freaking, we tried a poppin.
That's fucked up.
I know.
I'll eat it.
Culture, right?
Fuck it, I'll eat it.
Hey, you know what us Maltese people eat? We eat rabbits.
That's right.
This
Rabbits
is brought
and
up.
snails, eh?
Oh my goodness. I've got a memory that's come up. Someone in my department at work goes, Malta, like I don't know much about Malta. What do Maltese people eat? I'm like, cats. And then the guy next to me goes to him, yeah, have you never tried garlic cat before? He goes, fucking cats? Cats? So I think till
way.
this day, I think
That's
this
insane.
guy, he's still under the impression that Maltese people eat cats.
Yeah. That's insane.
But
Imagine
rabbits.
actually eating a cat. Oh,
Oh,
my
look,
God.
I've never
I wouldn't
tried
eat a
that.
cat. I don't think I'd try cat. Nah, fuck it. I'd try it. Fuck it.
Oh
I'm gonna
my
try
God.
it. I'll try it.
Imagine a domestic, like, short.
Yeah. Fluffy. Eating fucking Fraggles. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That is sick. That is sick. Poor little Smittens, eh?
I know.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. So you did a food tour and you got to see most of Iceland on a bit of a scenic tour as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Nice. What do you think would be the next country you'd like to attack?
Look, I really want to go back to Malta.
Yeah.
I'd love to, like, I've been there twice, but a lot of my dad's side of the family are over there. So I've been, I tried to go this year, but it's hard to take the time off. And I'm about to start this course, which is going to happen next year.
Mm-hmm.
And it requires me sometimes to go on campus. So I don't think I'll have enough annual leave to
Yeah.
go. I'll have to go into unpaid leave.
Yeah.
But that's my number one priority. And then after that,
And where's Malta near? Like Malta near, I can imagine,
like in
kind of
terms
near
of
Italy. Is it near Italy or not?
Yes. So Malta is closer to, well, the surrounding countries is Italy, Greece, and Spain. They're
Oh,
the
okay. I didn't know that.
surrounding
That's a
countries.
good spot.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
good.
go to Spain for a little bit while you're in Malta.
I hear like my friend Ruby traveled to Spain, and the first day she was there, she got her phone stolen.
Yeah, I know.
Like that's the thing.
That's
I'm
pretty
scared
heavy
of
there.
pickpocketers.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Pickpocketing.
Pickpocketing. That's it.
Yeah.
Far out. Terrible.
It is a
Pickpocketing.
tongue twister, don't worry about it. Yeah. I'd love to hit Spain. Spain would be one of my favourite ones I want to go. But I really want to hit
Barcelona.
Egypt. Barcelona,
Oh,
yeah.
right.
But Egypt, I'm really thinking of extending the Alaskan cruise holiday and just trickling into Egypt. But my grandparents recommended if you want to hit Egypt, you got to spend at least 10 days there.
Yeah.
So I might have to wait another year or so until I take that time off.
Yeah.
But Egypt, I just got to see that. I got to see the temples, the pyramids. I got to see the Sphinx. Like I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the history in Egypt, you know, you've got all those pyramids, you've got Tutankhamun, that
Yeah.
the history.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
I'm a
course.
massive fan of Egypt. Massive.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm a little bit upset at myself for not being more educated because of how fascinated I am in it.
It's all right.
So until I go, I'm just gonna just be research and research.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but maybe it would be nice to be taken a bit more by surprise, you know? Because every time I watch a documentary, I'm like, oh my god.
Before I traveled to Canada and Iceland, I didn't know nothing about. So, like, basically, my work colleague took the reins with everything.
Yeah.
Like, I said, just surprise me. I didn't know where the heck we were going.
Nice.
I was following her lead. She
Nice.
was the one that was planning everything.
Yeah.
So that way, when I went to those countries, I was blown away.
Yeah.
Especially Iceland.
Yeah.
Blown away.
Yeah. I
Amazing.
can't even imagine, to be honest. That's why I'm so excited to hit Alaska, just to see the
Well, you're gonna
humanless contact with the
Yeah.
earth, you know? Like,
see freezing.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
know.
be so cold.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
Iceland, it was so cold.
yeah. I'm going to be
Yeah.
cold next year anyway, because I'm actually going to Canberra for about 7 months as soon as the year starts.
What?
Yeah, I got
didn't
a project.
know this.
Yeah.
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a two-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stunt.